Welcome to this week's Deep Cuts episode, guys, and we have something special, something that I'm feeling a little salty about. That's right. And it's okay, though. It's all right. I like to be proven wrong, because if I'm proven wrong, that means my mind has been changed to something good. If it's good, right? Obviously. I don't just listen to everything, but I will be proven wrong tonight. I will, again, for the second time. This film that we're talking about tonight has proven me wrong now twice. Not just this movie, I'm saying the franchise itself. So join me tonight as we talk about that and other things on this episode of Deep Cuts. Before we get into all that, though, of course, as always, we got the shit to take care of. That's right. You see it right there. Go to it, love it, share it, pass it around to your friends. Tell everybody about it, because it helps out a lot, all right? And, you know, we know you guys love Grimm Tales. We know you love all the Grimm Tales content across the board. And Deep Cuts is no exception, because we see the numbers, we see what you guys respond to it. So keep it up. But make sure to get down in those comments and let me know what you think about this episode and any other things that you want to talk about. It helps out the algorithm, and it helps me get in touch with you guys. Helps communicate. I want to communicate with you guys. I say it all the time. Get down in those comments. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with everything that I do across the board. That's right. Get over to the website. You'll be able to find every episode that I do, whether it's Grimm Tales related, Quest related, gaming related, short film related, project related, music related. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to find it all there. Anything I do, it's all there. A little bit of vain. It's my vain little part of the internet. Go to it. Love it. You'll also be able to find the merch store, which you'll be able to find all kinds of merch, because Hueless Vision is not just a platform like Noble was. It is a brand in itself. So you'll be able to find not only stuff from the IPs like Grimm Tales and Quest and so forth, you'll also be able to find unique Hueless Vision merchandise itself, stuff that is designed under just Hueless Vision designs. So keep that in mind. Go to it, go to the merch store, check it out. Maybe there's something in there you would like. Also, you'll be able to find all the information you need to know, whether it's the social networks that we're on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, fucking your mama's next door neighbor's fucking girlfriend. I don't give a fuck. It's all there. Go to it. You'll also be able to find our Discord. It's all there. Check it out. Pass it around. HuelessVision.com. Again, like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay up to date with everything I do, because doing all that helps the algorithm, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Rumble, or whether it's on any other platform that you are watching this episode on. Help out by watching and sharing. Give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel. Personally, we like the thumbs up, but I mean, we're not opposed to criticism. We're critics here, right? So, yeah. Point being, though, get over there, check it out, share it with your friends. Very important. Tonight's movie we're talking about, I think, is a special one, and I'm going to go through why I think it's a special one. And I'm going to tell you why I feel salty. So join me tonight as we go over tonight's movie. Hopefully you enjoy it, because I have you for the next 20 oddish minutes. So join me tonight as we are talking about Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That's right. And that is the film we're discussing tonight. So join me tonight. Hopefully you enjoy it. Again, leave comments down below if you disagree or agree with whatever I have to say. But with no further ado, let's talk the film. That's right. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. It is part of this new franchise, which I actually learned today. Well, as of the time of recording and researching for this episode. Because I knew that there was a connected universe, but I didn't know they actually were that serious about it. But there is an actual connected universe to this, and it's getting pretty fucking wild. I'm all for it. This, if you don't know, is connected to two other movies now. Not directly, but it's in the same universe, and we're going to get to them collabing in a little bit here. But the very first movie in the franchise was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. You can go watch it. We didn't do a review of that on, not yet, not at the time of watching this. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a re-review of it on Deep Cuts. But the original review for that was, I believe, season 2 of the Grimm Tales podcast with me and VC Lauren. And if you remember from that, I said I initially fucking hated that movie. I didn't. I wanted to hate it more. But it wasn't the worst thing I ever seen. But I really did not like the first one. And as of right now, I still stand by that. That I don't. I wasn't a really big fan of the first one. And I kind of wrote it off. I was like, yeah, didn't think this was going to work anyway. Take public domain Disney films and make them into horror movies. You know, that has a comical value to it, but it's not going to last, right? So brush it off, yada yada yada. Fast forward, we get to the beginning points of Grimm Tales Deep Cuts, right? And we have Blood and Honey, because I believe Blood and Honey either came out as of the time of recording this, either the beginning of this year or the end of last year. I can't fully remember. You have to go back. I'm almost certain it was at the end of last year, but regardless, I was like, oh man, well, I did say for Deep Cuts that I was going to review everything, even stuff that I thought looked stupid, because who knows, I could be surprised. So you know what? Fuck it. Blood and Honey 2, let's do it. Did it. If you don't know my review on that, go watch it. Short story. I actually thought it was really good. I said, I stuck my foot in my mouth. I was surprised. I was dumbfounded. I was like, how do you usually when you make a film, it's the sequel that doesn't do so well. But coming from a shitty first movie, you automatically assume, man, the sequel's going to be worse. The sequel was 10 times step up from the first one. It was like the first one didn't even fucking matter. In a way, like you don't even need to watch the first one. You just do the backstory from that one, right? So okay, that one, oh my god. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm going to keep an open mind of what these people do in this franchise. So then I hear Peter Pan. How the fuck are you going to make a horror movie of Peter Pan? I went into this film assuming it was going to be Peter Pan, like actual Peter Pan, flying around, shit like that, right? But killing people. I was like, oh man, this is going to be shit. But I'm not going to give away what the film is. But it is not what you initially think. It's not. And it's actually pleasantly interesting. I wasn't going to say pleasantly. It's a violent movie, right? I mean, this is Grimm Tales. If you don't like violent, fucked up movies, why the fuck are you here? Point is, though, this movie, as of the trailer, is not the movie that you're expecting. It's still Peter Pan, sure, and the themes are wrapped around Peter Pan in a lot of ways, absolutely 100%. So the theme is still there. But what you thought this movie was, it is not. In any way, it is not. So you're like, holy shit. I went into this movie from the start, watching it and going, all right, here we go, right? Right from the get-go, you already see the eeriness of it, and you're like, okay, all right. See where this can go. Halfway through the film, you're like, holy shit, this is actually not a bad movie. Again, I won't say, oh my god, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. By no means. There are plenty of better horror movies. But modern day horror has been a little lacking, right? You can get good ones and you can get bad ones. But in the world of post-Terrifier, the ceiling is a little high, right? When you're talking slashers. You're definitely putting Terrifier at the top of that list. You're definitely doing that. If you don't think Terrifier is at the top of the slasher list right now, please inform me what's better than fucking Terrifier in modern day. Mind you, there are other ones like Jason and so forth and so on. We're not talking that. We're talking modern day. Okay? If you think that there is a better slasher other than Art the Clown, please tell me, because as of right now, that's the ceiling. So now when you do a slasher film, that's your ceiling. So again, this is not Terrifier. None of the characters, Peter Pan, none of that shit is Art the Clown. In no way. No way. But it is definitely a good modern slasher, which is surprising coming from this production team. With that said, I actually have some notes here that I want to go over before we actually get into the general basic stuff. And I actually just learned this type of shit. Not this type of shit. I learned this shit, and this has really got me invested. I want to go down through a list real quick. We're going to be very fast. You guys can look this up if you want, but I'm going to be very fast about it. So as of right now, This franchise is called the Twisted Childhood universe, or the what was it? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember what the other one was. The Pooh something. Oh my God, Twisted Childhood. Oh yeah, there it is. Pooniverse. Pooniverse. Okay. So it's either the Pooniverse or the Twisted Childhood. It's primarily, from what I'm understanding, is the Twisted Childhood universe. But Pooniverse is pretty goddamn funny too. But in this universe, okay, these are all the movies that exist now and are going to exist. Okay, I want to go through them. I'm going to go through them very quickly because I don't want to spend too much time. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, and Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Those are the three that are out right now. Coming next, and we will definitely be covering it, coming next is Bambi the Reckoning. Oh man. Okay. Upcoming productions and upcoming and in the work productions. Okay. I'm gonna read the. I'm gonna shotgun blast these out because I don't want to spend too much time. I will comment on them afterwards. Pinocchio Unstrung. Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. It's basically what you think it is. It's basically like the fucking Avengers, but the Pooniverse. Okay. Let's keep going. Awakening Sleeping Beauty, Snow White Returns, Alice and the Mad Hatter, Cinderella's Revenge, Screamboat, Three Blind Mice, Tigger's Return, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 3. Okay, Untitled Mary Poppins film, Untitled Pooniverse sequel, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare 2, Pinocchio Unstrung 2, Tarzan Beast of the Jungle, the Jungle Book Bloodlines, 100. This is my favorite one. 101. Son of a bitch. 101 Rabies Bites. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Fear the Forest. And I don't know what this one is referencing to, but it's The Wind in the Willows, River of Blood. Okay. Now, that being said, okay, everything you just heard there, I am 100% on board for. I'm invested into this franchise. Hearing all that shit, seeing the last two movies. If every movie hit the same way that the first Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey hit, I would have written this off already. I would have been like, man, these movies are ass. I probably still watch them for the sake of Grimm Tales, but I wouldn't be excited about them. I'm excited about them at this point. I am really, really invested. They're not. This franchise should not exist. It shouldn't work. It should not work. And again, I am a little salty. I am salty that I get to sit here and go, oh my God, it fucking works. But it does. When you have things like Terrifier franchise doing so good, and now we have the Pooniverse or the Twisted Childhood universe pushing forward and doing good now. And there's other movies, don't get me wrong. But those things, when you have that driving forward, the future of horror is looking good. Or at least the future of slasher films. Now, there's a billion other different styles of horror. But specifically, we're mentioning the future of slasher. The future of slasher, with the way things are going out, if the momentum that we have continues to go the way it is, we might have a really bright future going forward for at least the next 10 years of slasher films. We are looking at the resurgence of times when we had Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, fucking Halloween, fucking Friday the 13th, Leprechaun, Hellraiser. I mean, I could go on. There was like a good 10, 15 years there where horror was just pumping. Okay? You had horror movie after horror movie after horror movie. We might be looking at the resurgence of horror. And I really hope it is. I really do. Horror never died, but it did kind of get stale for a little while. And I am glad to sit here and see the potential for another resurgence of horror. With this now, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, okay? I'm telling you, it's not the movie you think it is. Because I went into it with an idea of what this movie was supposed to be, especially based off of what I've seen from the other movies. It's not. It's actually quite interesting. So let me give you some general breakdown information as we do here on Grimm Tales before we get into the scoring system. This movie released in theaters officially in January 13th of this year, 2025. Okay, if you're watching this in 26, 27, disregard. At least now you know when the film came out. The movie style is a slasher, if you haven't been able to tell by now. It is unrated, which you should say something right there. It is unrated, all right? Because there's not too many movies, especially horror movies, even indie movies, that are unrated. And this is unrated as of the time I'm speaking. The information that I got was unrated. Okay. Renting. It is a fairly, because it's fairly new, but it is holding on to its fairly high rental status at $12.99 for the rental. I rented this. Do I regret spending the $13 on this? No, I don't. And that, again, listen, if I spent $13 on a fucking rental and it was shit, I would let you guys know if it was $5 and it was shit. 13, I'm okay with it. It was fine. I don't regret it at all. You guys know how I feel about purchasing digital films. If they make physical copies of it, I definitely say add this to it. All right. If they have physical copies of this and you're a collector, I definitely would put this in a physical collection. I'm not really big on digital collections. If you guys want to do that, that is completely up to you again. But the buy purchase is $19.98. Do it that as you will. It is not as of the current time on a streaming service. It will probably be on Peacock because it seems like all their movies go to Peacock. Okay. But as of right now, it is not on streaming service. Okay. So keep that in mind. Right now, the only way to watch it is by renting it. Budget for this film. I had to translate. I had to convert this because it was in euros, but in the dollar, it converts over to in between. There's two of them here because it was mixed information. It was in between $337,000 to $418,000. Okay, fairly low budget, not even breaking $500,000. But you know what? For the budget, it was actually quite good. These movies are fairly low budget films, all of them. The first one was definitely really low budget, but they've gotten a little better. And I'm pretty sure as they continue to make more money, the movies will keep going up because they are. Compared to Blood and Honey 1 all the way till now, Blood and Honey 2 and this one, the budget, the production value is definitely going up. The box office, because it did go to movies, I would say is a fair success because it made back its money and it made a profit. Is it a huge success? Probably not, but it didn't flop, I don't think. It made back off of the $418 million, made back $1,196,650. So it made back double. It made back what it did and it made back a profit. So take that what you will. And as far as the runtime, 1 hour and 29 minutes long. I was surprised that this movie I didn't think that this movie went too far with the timing, right? Because some movies really do overstay their welcome. This movie didn't. It felt perfectly fine with the pace that it had. Now, again, I will go into this as we go into the scores, but there are some things that could have been done a little better. But all in all, decent all around, okay? With that said, it is time to get into the scoring of Grimm Tales. That's right, why you guys are here. The meat and potatoes, as you would say, of what Grimm Tales Deep Cuts is, the scores. You listen to me talk shit for 15, 20 minutes, and then you get the scores. But that's what we're here. If you're new to it, I'll give you a brief rundown of what we do with our scores. We have 5 categories that we score. 5. Never changing, always the same. This is not like a quest. It's the same categories every week. Those categories are story, acting, pacing, gore score, and production. Okay? We score them 1 through 5, 1.2, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 if needed. If it's above a 5, we give it the seal. of approval. And then if it's below a 1, we give it the good old pile, okay? We don't like to give them out too often, but they do happen. Honestly, I don't think we've given a pile out yet. I could be wrong. But I don't think we've given a pile on deep cuts yet. I don't think. Could be wrong. We've been doing it. We've been at deep cuts now for a little bit, so I could 100% be wrong. Don't hold me to that. But that is the way that works. After we get those out of the way, we have our overall score. Works similar to the other ones, but those are scored 1 through 10. 1.5, 2.5 is needed, and pile and seal of approval are in effect. With that said, though, guys, let's get into the scores of Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That's right. And with that said, what did we give the score for the story? Now, this is an interesting one because these are pretty low budget films and very oddly made films because they're loosely, if not heavily, built off of Disney characters. What did we give it? We gave it a 4. A 4. What? Yes, a 4. Surprised the shit out of me too. It was actually really good. It was not what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting this to be something else. Surprised me altogether. A pretty decent slasher story. Not great by any means, but decent in itself. Bravo for pulling that shit off. Moving on, the acting. What did I give for acting? I gave it a 3.5. Not bad acting, surprisingly. Nobody in this film I knew. Not a single fucking person. But every one of them did their part. Again, not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my God, these actors and actresses were phenomenal. No. But for what this film was, it was actually pretty good. And the acting itself spoke for it. So bravo on the actors and actresses in this film for doing a good job. Thank you. I will always applaud that because that is a rarity nowadays, because sometimes you could have a really high budget film and have some really shit ass acting. Okay. We've talked about it a million times. It happens a lot, sadly. Now let's move on to the pacing. Probably the weakest link in this film. The pacing could have been much better. I gave it a 2.5. Not horrible, but barely bound down the middle. Could have been much better. The pacing, character development, character building. I wanted to know more about the killer. I wanted to know more about backstories. I wanted to even know more about some of the victims. But I didn't get none of that. Now, maybe we will, because if we're going to use Blood and Honey, the first and second one, as an example, the first one, we got pretty much nothing, right? Again, I still feel like that movie was the weakest film in all of them so far. But the second one gave us depth of the characters and understanding of the characters. So maybe whenever they do roll around to for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare 2, maybe then we'll get that. And hopefully that is the case. But as of right now, the pacing was definitely the weakest point of this film. Now let's go over to the gore score. Was it a high gore score? No, it wasn't. I give it a 3. It could have been much better. I wish it was a little better. Maybe eventually it will be better. Blood and Honey 2 definitely, I think, had much more gore going for it than this did. It doesn't mean that the gore is not there, and it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just, you expect more. At least I did. So 3, while not bad, was not great either, right? Could have been better for the gore score. Move on to the final one of the 5, production. I gave the production a score of 3. Not bad. Yes, it's not a 4, but a 3 for the budget they had. Pretty good. I don't think it was as high quality as Blood and Honey 2, which is saying a lot because Blood and Honey is still a fairly niche indie film, but I still think this was a step below that, but it's definitely above Blood and Honey 1. 100%. Don't get me wrong on that. So 3, I think is fine. Camera work was okay. Could have been better. Sometimes there were some dark spots. Audio was good in most parts, but sometimes it wasn't. Again, all in all, it was okay. 3 for production, I think is fair. So with that said, let's get into our overall score. What did I score? The overall score for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, I gave it a 7.5. I think 7.5 is a good score for this film. Bravo on this film. Thank you for proving me wrong. I'm sitting here metaphorically foot in mouth, a little bit salty that I have to sit here and go, oh my God, this idea of making this universe that they're building is actually working. And while yes, I was wrong from the get-go, because I did say I said not for quote, okay, not quoting it, because I can't remember what I said that long ago. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I know I said something of the extent that there is no way in hell that this idea is going to work. That making a shared universe solely designed off of Disney open source, free domain characters, there's no way. This here is a pure example of what Universal could have had if they would have continued with their dark universe. And maybe someday they will. Maybe someday they'll pick it back up. But as of right now, they're not, from my understanding. But this is what I'm talking about. That shared, if an indie studio like this can do it, Universal could have did it with characters like Wolfman, the Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula. Fuck! They dropped the ball with that so bad. But now we got these guys doing it with fucking Disney characters. What the fuck? So 7.5, guys, right there, you see it. That's the score. Thank you for making this film, and I hope the movies going forward continue to be fun and enjoyable. Okay? Keep these fun slasher films coming, because now I'm hooked. Now I'm going to watch all the fucking films you guys release in hopes that they're going to keep me enjoyed. You got my attention. And that is not easily gotten when it comes to, I am extremely picky when it comes to horror. And you guys got my attention. So thank you for that. So with that said, it is time for me to get the hell out of here, guys. Thank you for joining me on this Friday, or whenever you're watching. If you're watching on release Friday, if not, still, thank you for joining me. As always, I enjoy sitting here talking about films, especially when they're positive. Especially when I got positive things to say about it. So check it out. Do I think it's worth the rental? Yeah, I do. Do I think it's worth a purchase? If it was physical, I would buy it. I'm not huge on digital purchases, but if you guys want to watch it, I wouldn't tell you not to buy it. I'm not going to tell you not to buy it. If you really think that the $19 is worth a digital purchase of this film to put into your digital collection, go for it. 100%. But otherwise, if you want to rent it and see it for now, go for it. It's a little steep on the rental price right now because it's still fairly new, but totally worth it, I think. It's definitely going to pull you into this universe. If you liked Blood and Honey 2, you like what these guys are doing with this universe, I think you'll enjoy this. So definitely go check it out. With that said, though, guys, it is time for me to get the hell out of here. I enjoyed it as always. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with everything that I do across the board. Go to the website. You see it right there. Love it. Share it. Pass it around to your friends. HulisVision.com. Go check out the merch store. Go check out the full schedule of everything that I got going on, whether it is Grimm Tales related, Quest related, gaming related, and so on. It is all there. Make sure to check out all the connections that you can make, whether it's on Facebook, Discord is there, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, and so on. All of it's there. HulisVision.com. Check it out, guys. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below, whether you agreed or disagreed with me. Leave it down below. I love to hear from you guys. I love to interact with you guys, and it helps beat these algorithms, because these algorithms are never in the creator's favor. They just basically work for whatever is going to make the platform money, and the more you guys interact with these things, the better it is to get this out there, and the better it does for us, and the easier it is for us to push out more content for you. But yeah, with that said, guys, I had a great night. Always enjoy doing this. As always, hopefully you enjoy staying here with me. Hopefully you're not burnt out yet, because I got plenty more in the tank. But with that said, I'm out of here, guys. I will always be here doing Grimm Tales. But until the next one, come join me on the other stuff I do. Until then, peace out, peeps.